The silence is the worst part. You slip on the kitchen floor. Maybe you stumbled stepping out of the shower. Maybe the rug moved just as you reached for the light switch. It happens fast, too fast to grab anything, and then you're down. You're not seriously hurt, perhaps, just shaken. But you realize your phone, that lifeline you carry everywhere, is 3 feet away, just out of reach. You try to crawl. The pain flares up. You stop. Now the real panic sets in, the panic of realizing that nobody knows you need help. Not for hours, maybe until the visiting nurse arrives tomorrow morning. This is the fear that keeps us up at night, the fear of that quiet, unseen emergency. But I'm here to tell you something absolutely crucial. Something your children may not have told you, or something you simply haven't had the time to set up yet. There is still time. Your smartphone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, is already programmed for this exact scenario. It has a hidden emergency function designed specifically to call for help and send your location, even when you cannot speak and cannot unlock the screen. It is your digital safety net. But it only works if you set one vital thing up right now. This video is not about complex apps or monthly subscriptions. It is about one setting that turns your phone from a communication tool into a life-saving beacon. Let's tackle the most important piece first: emergency contact information and the medical ID. This must be filled out perfectly. Think of your phone lying on the floor next to you. If a neighbor or a first responder finds you, they must access critical information without knowing your password. This information is called your medical ID, or sometimes your emergency profile. It lives on your locked screen. If you have an iPhone, this data is accessed by pressing the side button and the volume button simultaneously, then hitting Emergency. If you have an Android, usually tapping the screen when locked shows an emergency call option. Crucially, this screen shows your vital statistics and contacts. Let's make sure those vital statistics are there. Get your phone now. Don't wait until later. We are going to pause this together and find that menu. First, you need to list your emergency contacts. This cannot be a spouse or partner who lives with you. This needs to be someone who can reliably pick up the phone and act fast. A neighbor, a trusted friend, or an adult child who lives nearby. Go into your health app or your safety app, depending on your phone, and find the medical ID section. Input the full names and phone numbers of at least 2 people. These people will receive an automatic text message with your exact location the moment you initiate the emergency call. This is critical. Next, we must fill out the actual medical details. Do not skip this part. This is the difference between paramedics knowing immediately what drug cocktail might save your life and them having to guess valuable time away. Input your current medications, yes, all of them, even the daily aspirin or vitamin supplements if they interact with blood thinners. Input any known drug allergies. If you are allergic to penicillin, it must be listed. Input any underlying medical conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, pacemaker, list it. The screen may also ask you for your blood type. If you know it, list it. If you don't know it, leave it blank, but fill everything else out completely. Now, why are we focusing so much on this upfront data entry? Because when the worst happens, you are often relying on the kindness of a stranger, a police officer, a paramedic, or a good Samaritan to find that information. This setup ensures they have everything they need to treat you without wasting precious seconds trying to track down your doctor. Think of it as the greatest gift you can give your emergency services and your worried family. You have prepared the ground for your own rescue. Once you have filled out your contacts and your medical details, you must check the box that says, Show when locked, or Allow emergency access. Make absolutely sure this is enabled. If this switch is not on, everything we just typed is useless when your screen is locked. Now that the medical ID is prepared, we move to the final step of digital preparedness, activating the SOS trigger. This is the silent alarm function, the setting that automatically calls 911 or your local emergency service when you can't speak. On most phones, this trigger is activated by rapidly pressing the power button or the side button 3 or 5 times in quick succession. Find the setting labeled Emergency SOS or SOS and Safety. Enable it. It will likely give you 2 crucial options. Option 1, Call with 5 presses or similar. Turn this on. This ensures that rapid pressing starts the call. Option 2. Auto call or countdown. This means once you press the buttons, the phone counts down 3 seconds before the call is placed. This gives you time to cancel it if it was accidental. For now, focus on ensuring that this trigger is enabled and set to call emergency services. Test it mentally. Imagine your hands are shaking and you can only press one button rapidly. That is your safety mechanism. We have now established the identity of the people who will be alerted, and we have confirmed that first responders can see your life-saving medical details instantly. But there is one final critical component that makes this entire system work. It is the core of the title promise: location. When you initiate that SOS call, your phone must be ready to broadcast your exact coordinates immediately, even if you are hidden in the back room or the yard. In the next part of this guide, we are going to dive deep into that specific location setting. We will confirm exactly how to ensure your GPS is not only on, but configured to share your precise location with emergency services 24 hours a day, so they don't lose time searching your street. Do not skip the next segment. Your setup is ready, but the tracking must be verified. Let's make sure that Signal can always find you. We have identified the one setting on your phone that could save your life. Now, we must move quickly to activate it. This is not a technical lecture. This is about 5 minutes of setup that buys you years of peace of mind. This crucial setting is known as the Medical ID and Emergency SOS Profile. If you have an iPhone, open the Health app. It usually has a small white icon with a pink or red heart. If you have an Android phone, look for the Safety or Emergency app, often found in your apps list or your settings menu. Find the section labeled Medical ID or Emergency Profile. This is where we start building your silent spokesperson. You must fill in every detail you can. This information is accessible to first responders even if your phone is locked. First, list your key health conditions. Do you have type 2 diabetes? Do you manage high blood pressure? Be specific. Next, list all severe allergies. Are you allergic to penicillin? Do you have an allergy to latex? This is vital information that prevents doctors from inadvertently harming you during treatment. Then, list your current medications. Focus on the critical ones. Blood thinners like warfarin are absolutely non-negotiable to include, as this changes how EMTs treat internal injuries instantly. Heart medications are equally crucial. Do not assume a spouse or family member will be there to list these things for you. When you fall, the phone is your only accurate voice. The most critical part of this entire profile is adding your emergency contacts. This is how the system finds you when you cannot call 911 yourself. You must designate at least 2 trusted contacts. Choose a spouse, an adult child, or a very close neighbor. When you add them to the medical ID list, they are immediately connected to your phone's safety features. Here is why this is life-changing. If you activate the emergency SOS feature, usually done by rapidly pressing a side button 3 to 5 times, your phone immediately calls emergency services. Crucially, after the call ends, your phone automatically alerts those designated contacts via text message. This text message is not just a warning, it includes a dynamic map showing your precise location. Imagine you are doing chores in the backyard shed, far from the house. You slip on a slick patch and cannot move. You trigger the SOS feature. If you are conscious, help is on the way. If you are unconscious, your phone is now broadcasting your exact coordinates to your loved ones. They can tell responders exactly where to find you on the property. But this system only works if your phone is allowed to share this location data. This is the single setting that often blocks immediate help. You need to verify your location services. Go into your General Settings menu on your phone. Look for Privacy or Location Services. You must ensure that the main location services toggle is turned on. Many people disable location tracking to protect privacy or conserve battery. In an emergency, that setting could cost precious minutes. Then, scroll down and look specifically for the settings related to the emergency SOS feature or the 911 service app. Ensure this setting is permitted to use your location always or while using the app. This means the phone will be able to ping your coordinates immediately when the SOS alarm is pulled. If this location permission is off, Your phone can still call 911, but your contacts will not receive the life-saving map that shows them exactly where you are lying. This simple check closes the gap between alerting someone and actually being found. It transforms your phone from just a communication tool into a digital tracking beacon during a crisis. When you complete these steps, filling your medical ID and confirming location permissions for SOS, you have built a fortress of digital protection. In the next part, we will discuss how to optimize this system further. We will look at advanced features like setting up automatic fall detection. This incredible technology removes the need for you to even press a button. It senses a hard fall and acts immediately. But first, take 5 minutes right now and secure this crucial safety net in your phone's settings. Secure your independence. We will see you in part 3. We've established the foundation. The main location services switch must be flipped on. It's the roof over the whole system. But now, we move deeper. We must look under the hood to find the single hidden setting that makes the difference between a general location estimate and a precise door-knocking, life-saving GPS coordinate. This is the setting the video title refers to. It is the core of your digital emergency plan. If you are following along on your phone, navigate back to your main settings menu. Scroll down again to Privacy or Security, and then back into Location Services. Do not stop here. You are looking for a small, often overlooked section called either System Services on iPhones or Advanced Location Settings, or Google Location Accuracy on Androids. If you are using an iPhone, tap System Services. You will see a long list of internal functions. Most of these can stay off, but one is mandatory. Scroll until you see Emergency Calls and SOS. This setting must be green. It must be on. Why is this different from the main location services switch? Because emergency calls and SOS ensures that even if you have other location permissions turned off for privacy, say you don't want weather apps tracking you, your phone overrides all privacy restrictions only when you trigger an emergency. If this switch is off and you fall alone and manage to activate the SOS feature, the system might only be able to provide the city block or the cell tower neighborhood, not your exact position. First responders need precision. They need the location of the bedroom window, not the entire neighborhood. Now, if you are using an Android device, the naming is trickier. You're looking for the service called Emergency Location Service, sometimes abbreviated as ELS. In your location settings, tap Advanced or look under the menu for Location Services. Find the option labeled Google Emergency Location Service or Emergency Location Service. Tap on it. It should be toggled on. This ELS system is crucial. It's what delivers the highly accurate location, the one that uses Wi-Fi signals and device sensors, not just simple GPS satellites, directly to the public safety dispatcher when you call 911, 999, or 112. Do not assume that because the main switch is on, this subsetting is active. Many phones keep this enhanced service off by default until the user explicitly permits it. Stop and check this setting right now. If it is off, you are relying on luck, not technology, to be found quickly. This setting is your digital voice, shouting your address clearly, even if your own voice is too weak. But locating you is only half the battle. Once your precise coordinates are known, the system must know who to alert immediately. We move now to Step 3, activating your emergency contacts and setting up your medical ID. Without designated emergency contacts, your precise location data will only go to the emergency services dispatcher. They will find you, yes, but your family will be left worrying and searching hours later. We must make sure your phone becomes an automatic, digital lookout for the people who love you most. Accessing this is often easiest through the same app that handles your health information, the Health app on iPhone, or the dedicated Safety or Contacts app on Android. We are specifically looking for the section labeled Medical ID or Emergency Info. If you haven't filled this out yet, please do so completely. This information is accessible from your lock screen, meaning paramedics and first responders can access it without needing your password or fingerprint. Think of your medical ID as a vital laminated card that cannot be lost, taped directly to your phone. Crucially, you must list the contacts under the Emergency Contacts section. List at least 2 people, a spouse, a child, or a trusted neighbor. When you list a contact here, you are granting the phone permission to automatically notify them the moment you trigger the SOS feature. They will receive a text message stating that your emergency sequence has been initiated, and they will receive a link to a map showing your location. Now, a small but vital piece of advice regarding your contacts. Choose someone who is level-headed and nearby, if possible. If you list a child who lives 3 states away, they will receive the alert and endure immense panic, but they cannot physically help you immediately. Consider adding a nearby neighbor or a close friend who has a key and can check on you within minutes while waiting for the emergency medical services to arrive. This small difference in response time can be life-altering. Take the time now to input their full names, their relationship to you, and their most reliable phone numbers. Double-check the numbers. A single mistyped digit means the system sends the alert to a stranger instead of your lifeline. While you are in the medical ID section, ensure you input any crucial medical information. Are you diabetic? Do you have severe allergies? What medications do you take daily? Remember, if you are found unresponsive, this is the first information medical teams look for. It saves minutes that matter most. Once the emergency contacts are established, most modern phones offer a follow-up feature that acts as a continuous digital lookout. After the initial alert is sent, if your phone senses you are moving, perhaps you are being moved onto a stretcher or managed to crawl to a different room, it will automatically send updated location texts to your listed contacts. This isn't just about finding you initially, it's about ensuring that everyone stays informed until help is stable. This feature is often labeled Share Location During Emergency or Alert Contacts of Location Change. Make sure this is also enabled within the SOS settings. We have now activated the master switch, found and confirmed the crucial precise locator setting, and established your safety net of emergency contacts. In the final part of this series, we will tie all this training together. We will practice the simple movements needed to trigger the SOS sequence on both iPhone and Android, and discuss a scenario where you can't speak at all. We will also address the anxiety around false alarms, ensuring you feel confident using this system when it matters most. Don't miss the final piece of this safety puzzle. Join us right away for Part 4. Welcome back. We have now activated the core safety function. Your emergency SOS system is running, your contacts are loaded, your medical ID is current, but all the technology in the world is useless if the device is not accessible when you need it most. This is the single biggest point of failure for seniors living alone. You cannot fall and crawl 5 feet across the tile floor to reach your phone on the counter. You need the phone on your body or immediately next to you. We are talking about infrastructure, not convenience. Think of your high-risk zones, the bathroom, the kitchen, the stairs, the garden shed. Where is your phone when you are in those places? If you routinely leave your phone sitting on a shelf while you work in the kitchen, that habit must stop today. A sturdy lanyard or a simple secure belt clip is not a silly accessory. It is mandatory. Safety equipment. It ensures that when you slip and hit the ground, your lifeline falls with you. It stays within arm's reach. You must be able to trigger the SOS function with the hand that is not injured or trapped. Let's talk briefly about the most common question we receive now that the setup is done. How do I know 911 knows exactly where I am? This is absolutely crucial, especially if you live in a large apartment complex or a home with a long driveway. The emergency SOS system relies on high-accuracy location services. Take a moment right now and open your map application on your phone. Any map app will do. Do you see a precise blue dot marking your location? It should be accurate down to a few feet. If the dot is blurry or if it shows you 1 street over, your high-accuracy location settings need adjustment. Go back and ensure your phone is set to use Wi-Fi, cell signals, and GPS to triangulate your precise position. This step is not optional. The speed of response depends entirely on the accuracy of that blue dot. Now, let's address the habit of charging. The second most common point of failure is a dead battery. A safety tool with no power is just a paperweight. We need to establish a new, non-negotiable routine, starting tonight. Your phone must be charged overnight in your bedroom, right next to your bed. not in the living room, not in the kitchen. If you wake up disoriented, or if you need to call for help in the middle of the night, the phone needs to be immediately available without getting out of bed. It needs to be charged to 100% every morning. This is a commitment to your own protection. This safety net requires constant vigilance. We also urge you to practice the physical trigger of the SOS system at least once a month. You do not have to call 911. Simply practice the quick 3 presses or the long hold until you feel the vibration. Know where the buttons are without looking. You need muscle memory for moments of panic. Practice pressing them and then quickly cancel the countdown sequence before the emergency call connects. You are training your body for speed and efficiency under stress. Another simple check. Every time you pay a bill or mark a major event on your calendar, check your emergency contacts list. Have any of those numbers changed? Has a family member gotten a new cell phone? This list is a living document. Do not let it go stale. This system is your defense against the single biggest risk factor for seniors: isolation during a medical emergency. The feeling of vulnerability when you are alone in your home is real. But today, that feeling is lessened. You took the time to set up this crucial setting. You ensured your phone knows your exact location. You prepared the list of people who care about you the most. You have the single-button mechanism ready to go. You have armed yourself with immediate, life-saving protection. You moved from hoping for the best to actively preparing for the worst. Take a deep breath. You are now safer than you were yesterday. Your phone is no longer just a device for talking to grandchildren. It is your quiet, powerful guardian, waiting to connect you to help the instant you need it. We have protected your physical self with this tool. Next time, we need to focus on protecting the tool itself. We will discuss simple, affordable ways to safeguard your phone against damage so your lifeline remains unbreakable. I'll see you then.